Hey everybody, it's Zori from OneScales. In today's video, I'm going to cover PageSpeed Insights, the 5 most popular issues you're going to have and how to solve them. And these 5 issues that I actually chose are not only the 5 most popular ones, but they're the 5 most popular ones that you can actually fix fairly quickly, and in some cases you don't even need a developer. I chose these very 5 popular ones that actually you can fix without really spending a ton of money on engineering, developing, and changing your website, but these are the ones you can do fairly easily with very little resources in most cases. Obviously, your site could be different from other sites, but on average, these are going to be the easy ones. So the first one is the LCP element, which is called the largest contentful paint element. Simply put, it's the largest banner or image on your page that you can see before you scroll. This should actually be loaded much quicker. So if you look at the details right here, what you can do is you can actually load it quicker. So how do you load it quicker? Number one, you could just compress that image. Take that image, which you can see, for example, right here, compress it, lossless compress it, and re-upload it. That's number one. The second thing you can do is actually load it quicker by using preload. So preload is a simple tag in the HTML that says, hey, I want you to load it in the beginning when the HTML loads. Before you load anything, I want you to preload it in the beginning. If you do that, you can actually load the image much quicker. It'll load quicker, and then you'll get a smaller timing on this, and you'll get a higher score. Okay, so this is the first one, large contentful paint element, number one. The second thing is defer off-screen images. What does that mean? When you scroll down, not when you load the page, when you actually scroll down, there's images that actually load that affect the entire web speed loading time. And if you actually lazy load them, you can actually save on the customer or the visitor having to load this in the beginning and actually get other things slower. So what you do is you simply add a lazy load tag on your HTML on the image tag itself called loading equals lazy, and then you can actually load it quicker. You don't even have to load it unless they scroll down. Once they start scrolling down, it'll start loading those images. Very simple. Loading equals lazy. The third one is properly sized images. What you need to do is when you actually have an image, you can actually specify in the HTML the image sizing. You can make what they call responsive images. So if you have a system like Drupal or WordPress or something like that, they already have a system in most cases. But really simply put, when you upload an image, the image will actually be resized into many images. For example, 2000 width or 1200 pixel width, and then an 800 pixel width, and a 600 and a 400. So the system will actually make multiple sizes of it. And then in the HTML, when you load the image tag, for example, here, you're just going to specify the responsive images. So this is the image for the 2000 width. This is for the 1200 width, the 800 width. So you add a little bit more code, and your system will actually resize them, and then you can actually load only the specific image size that you need for that device. Don't give a very large image and then all the devices have to download basically a larger image. Okay? Very simple. If you do have a specific CDN, some CDNs offer that automatically as well. So there might be a simple thing like Cloudflare has responsive images as well. So the fourth one is Minify Javascript. I'm also going to include Minify CSS as well. What that basically does is when you have code, CSS is for styling, JavaScript is for some kind of functionality. The code is written in programming language that you can actually read if you're a programmer. What you can do is you can actually apply a minify, which basically takes some of the space. The file gets created and actually removes certain characters. It makes it smaller, removes spaces, things like that, and actually makes the file smaller. So when you transfer it from the server to the visitor's browser, it'll be actually smaller. So there's a setting, typically it's in your code or on your web server settings. You can actually enable it, ask your developer to do that. They can make the file smaller, and then it'll serve to the browser much quicker. Okay, and again, this applies for JavaScript and CSS. Okay, the last one, this one is the most complicated, and this one is actually the least easiest one, but I'm going to give you an easy tip. Minimize main thread work. Very simply put, what does that mean? When you have a lot of functionality, your JavaScript functionality, typically there's a lot of code. You have a lot of different files in JavaScript that do different functionality. The web sliders, the fetching data, getting information, all kinds of stuff. Typically, this is one of the slowest and the most difficult things to solve, and it's because you have so much code, so many marketing functionalities, tracking and analytics, and banners and pop-ups and all these things. You use a lot of JavaScript. So this is really a difficult thing to do. But the reason I selected it is because, number one, it is actually a very common one. Everybody has this issue. Number two is the best way to reduce it is for you to actually reduce some functionality. So I'm going to give you two examples. What you're going to do is you're going to actually scroll up, click on View Tree Map. If you click on this, and this is just a demo site, obviously I just tested a site, you'll be able to see all the scripts that are loading, and the bigger boxes are the ones that are heavier or larger. And you can actually see the same thing in the table, but you'll be able to see functionalities that have either a lot of unused bytes, which means they have a lot of functionality that is not even being used. The code is being loaded and it takes time to load them and it's not being used. Or you can actually see some domains that actually are not really being used. Maybe you have a functionality that's used on, for example, your one of your pages, for example, your contact page on your form, but for some reason you load it on all pages. So the biggest tip I can give you is to try to remove things that you actually don't need. So if you notice here in this list that you have some functionality maybe you don't need, or maybe you should only load it on some pages, or maybe you temporarily don't need it, you can actually ask your developer to remove some of these things, maybe some tracking information, some marketing, some pop-ups. Those things really affect a lot. Consider it. Consider making a better web experience for your customers by having a faster website. That's it. Those are the 5 tips that I have. If you have any questions about speed optimization, page speed insights, or anything that we talk about on OneScales, let us know. Let's dive deeper into it. Ask your specific questions, give your specific case, and let's share more information and help you guys and everybody make faster websites, better websites, obviously better technology online, save you guys a lot of resources. Much appreciated. If this video helped you in any way, please subscribe. That's all we can ask for. Please share with a friend, share with a colleague, etc. We're just trying to spread the word, grow, and help more of you guys out there. So if you did like it, please like and subscribe. And again, if you have any questions, let us know. We're on Twitter, on X, on LinkedIn. Obviously, onescales.com has articles. We have videos on YouTube, and we're trying to grow in more things. So let us know your questions, and we're here to help you guys. Thank you.